Well, hello. Welcome to Neptunifish Tarot. My name is Alicia. I'm going to be doing a collective reading for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. Well, I took a couple of days off. I needed to, I don't know, rest and rejuvenate, I guess is the best word. And so I am feeling a little bit better and more focused. I think we came through a really surreal transit with the new moon in Pisces this week and the stellium in Pisces and Neptune sitting on top of everything. And so, yeah, my mental faculties have not been online for a few days, I feel like. So the fog is slowly lifting, let's put it that way. So, yeah, I decided I wanted to do a collective reading for Wednesday. And I was really strongly led. I meditated a little bit before pulling the cards today. And I will share that I was seeing a tortoise and um, a visual with the word surrender. And so I had the strong, I don't know, feeling to pull the Lantern Oracle today. So it seems like we are facing some of our shadows. It feels like, yeah, and then Wisdom of the Oracle. And so the cards that came out kind of just reiterate this theme that I'm really strongly sensing today, and that is, there's some stuff that's just bubbling up. Some things that are probably really, really playing out in real life, like actual things that are occurring, activities and events in our lives. Will be different for everyone, of course. But I think also that underneath all of that, there are some old patterns and some old ideas, maybe some old wounds, some things that are bubbling. I can't talk, bubbling up to the surface. Old things that are looking to be both healed, ultimately healed, but processed through at this time would be a better way to frame it, I think. And so I think I'm going to start with the oracles because the tarot just really echoes the oracles. And I think we're just going to start right here with this card, number 18, Radical Honesty. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor. Yeah, that says armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. Yeah, this is really getting honest with ourselves. It's time to get clear and to rip away some old stories maybe that we've been telling ourselves about things about ourselves, maybe some things that we haven't really been wanting to face and we really haven't been wanting to get honest about. And because we haven't wanted to face those things, it's like they've been just kind of poking at us and just simmering beneath the surface. But what's happening is that they are probably showing up as patterns and occurrences in actual life that are just no longer working for us. They probably are leading us to feel somewhat defeated, and to continue to deny them. It's almost really not even an option anymore. I mean, it is, but it isn't, right? Because life is going to force you out of that stuff at some point. And I think that that's where we find ourselves today, because the next card is number 37, Transitions. You have all the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. And this is just this is just about belief, right? It's just about knowing that there are probably some circumstances in our life that we've not faced before, and they're new, and we're about to embark into territory that maybe we've been hesitating to embark on for a while, and it has presented itself more than likely for many of us. Um, I mean, I could speculate on all kinds of different things. Um, whether it is, trying to begin anew in any part of your life. You may be just at a place where you're transitioning from, being in school to being, an adult, and getting a job in being a professional for the first time. It could be an early transition, it could be a middle transition. You are married, and then you're beginning a family. It can be a middle transition. Your kids are beginning to graduate from high school and going into college or into early adulthood. It could be the ending of relationships. It could be your parents transitioning from this life. It could be uh, your marriage is ending. It could be you deciding after 25 years in a career path that it's just no longer for you. It can be so many, it can be so many of the things that we have to transition, in real life. It can also be a spiritual transition for many people at this time, with the astrology being that it is. And so this is a big message for today. And I think that it's going to hit with a lot of people because it does seem to be the energy that is surrounding us at this time. Um, because here we are at the fork in the road. I mean, um, these cards, they come out for reasons, and they come out at the appropriate times. This is the message, we are at a fork in a road. There are big forks in the road, and then there are smaller forks in the road. But you'll notice in this card that there is an owl sitting on the back of this. I don't know what that is, that four-legged creature. And then there's like a little monkey. There's a little monkey up here. So, I mean, which way are we going to go? What action are we going to take? We have the answers, of course. They're all around us. And, of course, they're within us if we will take the time to quiet ourselves and to ask ourselves the appropriate questions. And I will say that asking is a requirement in this process, right? When we inquire about which direction to take, the way that we end up feeling secure in those decisions is not just to think about them mentally, but to really take it to spirit for guidance, right? So we're asking, whoever you have belief in, whoever you go to for guidance, however that looks for you, whether it is through prayer, through meditation, or through just simply getting quiet. Those, my view is that those answers lie within, and that they are available to each and every one of us because we are all spiritual beings. And so it would be a really good time right now to support yourself and your confidence in yourself by asking for guidance in this way. Which way do I go? And the last card is, it's time to go. It's time to go. We're about to enter Aries season, which is ruled by the planet Mars, and it's a fire energy, and it is time to go. All right. If you waffle on it for a little bit, you've got about a week left, not even, about 5 days left to start to make a plan. It could just be taking one little step into a direction, okay? It can just be taking one little step over the threshold towards a direction. But, and there goes my battery. I have such great timing. But the time is now, and we see this woman, she's going down this long pier, and there is a threshold. There is a door at the end of this, and she has, she's taken the steps to walk towards it, and yeah, the time is now. And so let's just look at the tarot here. I pulled the Wild Unknown. Only 7 cards came out, but they're perfect. This is the 5 of Wands. This shows the inner conflict, okay, or outer conflict. It just shows all of the wands are scattered. Our energy has been scattered, and what are we going to do with that? It's a prime position for us to get creative. Wands fire energy is about being creative. And the 5 is all about that middle of the 1 through 10. We're at that middle place, that fork in the road, that transition time. What are we going to do with the wands that are all scattered out before us? What configuration are we going to take these wands and make them into? That's the fork in the road. Okay, it goes right into the 2 of Swords. This is a stalemate energy. This is usually in tarot, you will see the 2 of Swords. The woman has the blindfold over her eyes. We've had a lot of this card this month. Not entirely certain, right? Because when we go to take action, we can't always know how it's going to unfold exactly. And part of this has to do with having faith that we have the ability, right, to receive those answers as we inquire for them. So that's the first half, is just having the confidence and the knowing that it's going to unfold like it's supposed to, and it's going to unfold for our behalf. But we are at a fork in the road, and we do have to decide to take the step. And this is beautiful. Was so pleased that justice came out after this. This kind of gives me confidence as a reader to convey to all of you that when we get justice after this card here, this allows us to know in the number 8 that everything is going to work for our advantage. Okay, when you get the justice card, you can rest assured that things are going to come in, out in your favor. Justice is, literally can be winning a court case. It can be being successful in an endeavor, whatever endeavor that you do choose to go into. And so we don't always have to know exactly how that's going to look. Again, all we need to do is just rest assured that everything is advancing towards our highest good. All right. And that's an underlying principle upon all action that we take. Will there be mistakes along the way in life? Of course there will, right? But in this particular reading, whatever you are at a crossroads on, pinpointing that specific thing, justice lets you know that this is all going to work in your favor, that with the number 4 card, you're going to be successful. Okay. So what we did with the 5 of Wands is we ordered them into the 4. 4s are a preponderance in this reading, and I'll go over this after I talk about this Four of Wands. Four of Wands is when your energy is very centered and balanced. Four of Wands is a success card. It is where people come together. It's like four legs on a table, right? So without one of the legs, the table would be unstable. But with the four, things are stable. They're secure. Fours of Wands can mean any number of things. Traditionally, it refers to like partnerships, like marriage partnerships, and so maybe this is celebrating a new partnership, or maybe this is celebrating the dissolution of an old partnership. That could be a very literal interpretation of those two cards next to one another. But it indicates joy, it indicates success, and it indicates stability. All right, first and foremost. Now, I wanted to talk about the fours. We have four indicated 3 times in 7 cards. And I didn't really show all these cards before I started reading them, but we've got the Four of Wands, and underneath it, the Four of Swords. And then on this side, we've got the Emperor, which is a major Arcana 4. So that's all a beautiful thing, because we know in this reading that we are going to make decisions on getting our lives in a stable place that has a good foundation and that has us set up for success in as we take future steps down the path. Okay, we can know that there are going to be some wonderful things that are going to come our way. Now, I'm going to start here with this 4 because it touches justice and the Four of Wands. And the Four of Swords, and you can just really see it in the picture, the little lamb is having this light bulb moment right on his third eye. This is a stability that comes into our mental capacity, into our thinking. Our minds become stable. Our thoughts become even. We're just resting. Okay, this is not a lot of movement and not taking a lot of action, but being that it is the outcome card here, it shows us that whatever activity has transpired during this reading, it's going to bring us happiness, security, mental stability, okay, and all of those kind of things. Now, let's go to the front with the Emperor, right? The Emperor is major arcana. This is divine masculine. This is knowing how to proceed forward, what energy to put into a thing, standing tall, being rooted. This is the tree, right? In the hot midday sun. That tree's not going anywhere. Okay. And seeing as how the Emperor is touching the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands and the Two of Swords, we can see that even though things are maybe currently in disarray and maybe we are not entirely certain about what decision to make, we see that sun. Okay. And the Emperor lets us know that we have the ability to make the decision, to take the action. When we do take it, it's going to bring us out of the indecision into the Justice card. It's going to bring us the Son of Cups. This is the Knight of Cups. This is a beautiful energy. The Cup of Love, okay? We want to We want to bring love and tenderness, devotion and caring into our lives. And we want to attract those people who are going to be our support systems, who are going to bring us the stability and the peace of mind, so we can see that on this journey that we're taking right now, that we are emperors who are aiming to bring ourselves these qualities of being. Okay, so it's a really beautiful reading, you guys. It's just a thing that while we may feel a little insecure right now because there is a lot of shadow work that's going on and there's a lot of unknowns and it's scary, right, to take all of this unknown action, this is a really gorgeous reminder for us all. This is our message today. Go forth and just have the absolute knowing and the absolute confidence that this is all going to bring you to a place where you are going to be so happy and so fulfilled. And it's a journey, right? And so the message also is that we've got to enjoy it as it's unfolding. Okay, it's not a destination. This is every single day. Just know that everything in the universe is unfolding for our highest good. Okay? Beautiful stuff, you guys. It's a great message. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody, whether you're Irish or not. And I will be back. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Bye.